Good morning, everyone. It's August 14th, and this is a regular meeting of the County Commission.
Commissioner Stottlemyre, Commissioner Harris,
Present.
Chair Waymire,
Present.
Commissioner Dunn,
Present.
Commissioner Dickinson.
Present.
Let's have a pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right.
That's your coming up to pray, Derek.
All right. Got a public comment, is that David?
Yes.
All right, we'll do that. If it's all right, David, I'll put you under correspondence and organizational business.
Guys, it's that time of the year again for the Power of the Past, and we're having our 29th show this year. It should be a good one. We're having the Massey Expo in North America. It's the National Massey Harris Ferguson Show. And we do know that we got people coming from Canada, and there's going to be quite a few from Illinois, Indiana area up in there. And so, you know, we're hoping it's going to be good. I mean, if we just got good weather, we'll have a good show. But what I'm here for is to ask about the free dumping we've got trash company and just have them hauled out to the landfill and try to, you know, help us out, you guys a donation and all that.
All right, I'm sure we'd be happy to do that. Is there a motion to approve the tipping at the landfill for garbage?
So move.
During Power. All right.
Commissioner Harris,
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Dickinson,
Sure.
Chair Waymire.
Yes. So,
Thank you, guys. We
Yeah, no
appreciate it
problem.
and hope
Looking
you
forward.
come.
All right.
good luck. All right, consent agenda today includes meeting minutes from August 7th. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Dunn,
Yes.
Commissioner Dickinson,
Yes.
Commissioner Harris.
Yes.
Chair Waymire.
Yes. All right, with business today is consider renewing a contract for employee health insurance with the state.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Our 3-year contract is up for renewal with the State of Kansas Employee Health Benefits Plan. I think that's what it's called. And we have been on the plan since 2009. Again, we do 3-year contracts with them. For the last 3 years, our employee rates have remained flat with the state. In 2025, the only rate that will go up will be vision insurance, and that's because they're switching to a different vendor, which I think is a positive move. The last vendor hasn't been a great success, but that's only a couple dollars a month. Employer rates will increase 8% for 2025, which we budget in 10% every year, so that's well within what our budgeted cost is. I did look at a couple of different brokers and vendors who frequent conferences and those sorts of things that I think have talked to some of you guys. One of them has not been well received by other counties. The reviews that I receive on listservs and things like that are not good. The other one we did talk to a little bit more, and for the difference in benefits, cost effectiveness is not, I don't think it's worth trying to switch to something different when by and large it seems like our employees are happy with what they're receiving. I did also look at comps for other public sector employees within our community, and we are largely competitive with what their employees and employer rates are. So I'm happy to answer any questions you have, give you any more details you want. But
Yeah, and I would chime in that this is something that Amy and I have vetted pretty hard. I mean, this is a big deal. So this is something that I've talked to my contemporaries about. Certainly she has. Janet's talked to fellow county clerks about it. We feel like we smothered this, and I think Amy did a fantastic job. She's being a little conservative. There's another organization in the community whose rates are a lot higher than ours. And then the other one is pretty comparable, but we favor, or fare rather, a little more favorably. So we think this is a good plan. I mean, we don't like it, obviously, when the employer costs go up, but the one I really keep an eye on is the employee costs, because for years, we would give raises, but the increase in health insurance would effectively it'd wipe out those raises, so folks wouldn't see any difference. That has not been the case for some time now. Anytime you change plans, go to different brokers, you run the risk of, doctors you've been seeing for years all of a sudden not being covered. So that's a big decision to change, but for, year and a half probably, we've been monitoring this, looking at it, and we feel like this is the best option for Franklin County.
I will say, employer rates for one of the other places I looked at went up 12% this year, so our 8% cost is certainly not what other people are paying in increases.
We had a couple years in there where it didn't. I think closer to the pandemic, it stayed level, but.
Yeah.
There, see what the action. Is there a motion to enter into a 3-year contract with the Kansas State Employee Health Care Commission to provide health care benefits to Franklin County employees from January 1 of 25 through December 31 of 2027?
So move. Second.
Commissioner Dickinson?
Yes.
Commissioner Harris?
Yes.
Commissioner Dunn?
Yes.
Chair Waymeyer?
Yes. Thank you. Staff reports.
Yeah, first, thank you all for doing that. I don't take it for granted. Our benefits we offer a nice benefit package for our folks. It seems like now more than ever, it's hard to attract employees. Employees have a lot of options, and this is one of the ways that we can do that. So appreciate you all approving that. Second, Wellsville Ambulance Station Open House. I think we're targeting October 3rd, and wanted to make sure just off the cuff that, I know that works for Dawn. Wanted to make sure off the cuff that didn't have, I believe that's a Thursday.
Yep.
But that's what we're looking at there. And then plan is to have the comprehensive plan request for proposals out on Thursday. So I gave a 60-day window for companies to respond to it. So just like I said when we discussed it, we're not trying to rush through this. We're going to take our time and try to identify, obviously, the best consultant for us. And that's all I have, Colt.
What time, October 3rd, are you thinking for that open house in Wellsville?
To be determined.
Yeah, it is TBD. I should know that. I want to say that we're shooting for like somewhere around lunch, because I think the Wellsville PD wants to participate, and there's discussion of a little barbecue with hot dogs and whatnot. So I would believe around lunch, but I will get you that info.
Okay. All right. Around the room, anything? All right. Jeff?
Okay, that was easy. We've had quite a bit of things going on here, and I want to get a few of them out of the way before we talk about Old 50. The chip seal, 24 miles of chip seal road that we typically do this time of year is progressing. They're still attempting to get most of the chips here in the area. They are also, Vance Brothers is working with Kilo on some of the overlay expansions, so we're trying to coordinate that in such a way that while they're here, we can do some of the work, the matting work and some of the things that they're doing at that same time. So there may be some scheduling conflict, and having said that, the chip seal may be pushed back a little bit later than what we're comfortable with, but we're going to keep an eye on the weather. And we are prepared for him to do it. It's just a matter of getting him here and getting the work done in a timely fashion. We just don't want to let it go too far, and we'll keep an eye on things. The Texas Bridge project that's just south of Sand Creek, that was something that David Lee had been working on. I received some information today, just this morning, that the letting on that and some of the paperwork, it's all been turned in, but the state have pushed the actual release date of that. I don't know anything more, but I will have information to you next time on why that occurred. It wasn't anything that we hung up on. We fulfilled all of our obligations, but something has occurred with the state. Still in the works, but I know the letting process has been pushed back. As far as Old 50, we've had a very eventful week. Most of the issues have been related to utilities. In a matter of one day, Kilo was able to find a 100-pair phone line that had been drilled through a box by a utility contractor. Obviously, it wasn't their fault, but it was drilled through a concrete box and it was cut. While we were out there having them repair that, we also got into a fiber optic line at the very west end of the project. These things have slowed the process down quite a bit. And then we had a 2 or 3 inch rain event that has also had a profound effect on what we're getting done. That is the bad news. I've spoke briefly with Derek this morning about some of those things. I believe the utilities have all been restored in that area, but it is going to be probably an ongoing issue. The utility companies this is really a utility issue. Our contractors have done everything that we've needed them to do. Kilo has reached out and filled out all the required paperwork and procedures. Bartlett and West followed everything to a T that they needed to. The real issue has been lack of response by all the utility contractors and utilities that are on site. They were given a 2-year advance notice, and I'm not aware of any utilities that were relocated during that time. So there may be issues later with all of this. I think this fight is between Kilo and the utility companies, but I just want you to be aware of it. And I don't think this is going to be the first time we have problems with finding a utility since they didn't relocate anything. So just want everybody to be open and aware about that. The good things, we have made good progress out there. They've got most of the flat work done around several of the boxes. Several of the culverts have been extended. They really have done a good job of keeping up with things. Again, the rain is going to slow us down some in what they're doing, but I am comfortable with where we're at and some of the progress that we're being seen and having accomplished at this time. On the 12-mile stretch, we have all the prep work done for the widening that we're going to do. We have started the asphalt process. It is slow. It's going to be slow. I anticipate it's going to take us a couple of weeks to get everything done that's on our side to have it completed, but I'd be more than comfortable to answer any questions that I have or that you may have and talk to you about what we've got going. So the utilities have been the real issue and the weather. So is there anything I can answer for you other than what okay. All right, we'll just keep plugging away at it.
A lot of moving parts.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Just have the canvas immediately following this. We'll be down at the courthouse on the 2nd floor.
All right. Rod, anything?
Nope.
Roy?
Nope.
Diane?
I went to a chamber coffee on Friday to introduce the leadership class for next year. It's going to be a very safe class because it has 3 law enforcement personnel, a policeman from Wellsville, a policeman from Ottawa, and then Bradley Rivers from the Sheriff's Department is also going to be a part of that leadership class this year. So looks like a good class moving forward. Yesterday was the chamber board meeting, and then I had an opportunity to go out to lunch with Ben Mueller, who is the representative for Sharice Davids. He represents Franklin, Anderson, and Miami County. Really excited after that lunch to maybe the opportunities that are available to us through Sharice Davids' office. She's really willing to put projects forward that might benefit communities or the county. So excited about that contact, and that's all I have for today.
Get something else?
11:30 to 1 on October 3rd.
All right,
So,
set in the calendar. All right, is there a motion to adjourn? For a second. All in favor? Aye.
So move, to move.
We're adjourned.